our opportunity to celebrate the greatness of what it is to be. You understand? Those who were born with no arms flying planes with their feet. You understand? Brother who has just got his half body and he's one of the fastest runners on his hands. You understand? I'm just saying is that there is nothing, nothing that can thwart the human spirit when it realizes that it's beyond human. That to be human is to be divine. And to be in a place and space where you are so appreciative of all that you are, that no matter what your circumstances and situations, you are here to be a living testament and to give a living testimonial of the glory of the truth of yourself, and to honor the ones through whom we've come. And nobody can stop us from rising when we're committed to it. When we know that try as you may and try as you might, you cannot keep us from rising, because our time is now and it is here. And you can participate with it or not, but you ain't gonna stop it. You have the opportunity to participate with it, but you will never stop it. And to honor the lineages through whom we've come, and to be in a place where we embrace the gift that we've been given to do that which the other ones did not know to do. And to represent our lineages. Everybody in our family may not come when we coming, but they have the opportunity to hear the voice and hear the call just like you. They have the opportunity, no matter what the situation and circumstance is. You are not the one to say when they ain't and they can't. They will. Every head will bow and every knee will bend. It's just about what it takes. Some people have to have that tragic car accident where they're pulled from the car. Some people have to have that diagnosis. Some people have to get beat up. Some people, you understand, they have to experience the pain. They have to come to a point and place where they are having to choose consciously. Choose life. But everybody has it. Everybody's been given it, but you've been taught to take it for granted. To not honor it. To dissipate your life currency doing all kinds of stupid stuff. And then think that there's some I don't know, you want to be respected for being out of order. And I'm saying, don't nobody respect you when you're out of order, because you're out of order. You're not respecting yourself. And you attract other things and other ones to you who will disrespect you because you are disrespecting yourself. When you have violation charged upon your blood, you are able to bring violation into your experience, whether it's with the police, whether it's cars, whether it's guns, whether it's, you understand, challenges. But you're creating all the time. So I'm just saying, we're in such a dynamic period right now because we can choose life. And we can choose to clear, cleanse, purify, consecrate, renew, rebirth, regenerate, rejuvenate, revitalize, be whole, to be healed without drugs, without pharmacology, without surgeries, without butchery. Because you are a child of immortality. Every atom and every cell of your being can regenerate, be rejuvenated, be revitalized, and be revivified. But you have to remember who and whose you are. You have to remember that you're perfectly and divinely designed. You have to accept that there's order in your being. And to come to a point where we are not feeding for the appetite, we are consciously reaching for that which is going to be oxygenating, hydrating, mineralizing, alkalizing, facilitative of cellular repair, regeneration, and optimum cellular functioning. You understand? To be immersed in a system that poisons everybody and then have you in a place where you feel like you're entitled to do it. I mean, that's just a trick, but that's the evidence of the behavior modifiers. But you can get rid of all of that. You understand? You don't have to hold on to it, because once your once your mind is made up, once your spirit is remembering the divinity and the sanctity and the reality that you will never have anything greater than who and what you already are, but naked. It's not a freaking thing these people can give us that is greater than us. There's nothing you can work for. There's no temptation. You understand? Nothing that is greater than who and what you already are. But the decision to be great is yours to make. Now, that which is on the horizon, that which comes with the kingdoms of light and God and wisdom and whatnot, then no, that will be curriculum. You understand? That would be curriculum. Nobody's poisoned. Everybody's nourished and nurtured. Everybody is aware of what is required for optimal cellular functioning. Every child is nourished and nurtured and respected for having to get what is required to love them to life so that they are life bearers and life givers. I'm just saying we are in a place and space where our now time to raise up in harmony with the will of existence. This is what we're asking for. This is what we're striving for. This is the aspiration. This is what is. And nobody has any authority over God. You understand? Nobody has authority over God. There's just the law. And don't think that you're being punished by God. God don't punish you. You're reaping the consequences of your choices and your thoughts or your failure to choose and your thoughts that were not progressive. But now you have the opportunity to change your mind. You got the opportunity to cleanse your blood. You have the opportunity to release and let go of any and all things that are no longer a part of you. Why would we think that we can mature and then continue to undermine ourselves? There's no maturity except that there's commitment in doing that which truly is progressive, in honoring oneself, in doing what's in one's own best interest. And that is in the cultivation of our life force. That's in the nourishing of ourselves and ourselves to really be in a place and space where we are exalting a full effort to walk in the truth of the divinity, the sanctity, the sacredness of who and whose we are as these living, loving, intelligent, potent, immortal points of the presence of God. And whatever your aspirations, you have no real career objectives where you really don't know how to feed. You understand, this has been the issue. We have so many ones who've been licensed, certified, and degreed, educated, miseducated, religiously indoctrinated. You understand, giving authority to give the gospels and to give their orientation, but did not serve us in terms of creating within us that direct line of light with our Creator. They intercede so that we are blocked and obstructed from hearing, blocked and obstructed from being able to respond. You don't necessarily have to go to a book every time you want to know something. You understand, the knowing comes from the caring to ask and to knock and to seek. But the cleaner the blood, the greater the clarity, the more our bodies are restored to be 80% highly charged mineralized water. And water is the medium of intelligence that holds frequency, vibration, and is programmable. So we're reprogramming. We're releasing those belief systems. We're releasing the lies and the delusion to think that there is nothing after this but death, that you are here to live, to work, to slave, to pay taxes and die. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that whatever the diagnosis, that's a condition, and it may not even be the truth. You understand? They say, oh, well, you've got a mental illness. No, you have a nutritional deficiency. Oh, no, you've got cancer, da-da-da. No, you have chronic constipation and congestion, and your body has been tucking away poisons that you can be cleared and cleansed from. You understand? So I'm just saying that in the truth, there is a right perspective in terms of honoring the order of being and knowing that this reality that we refer to as God will never work against you. The issue is we have been socialized to work against ourselves and ourselves. But you do not have to stand in that. In this now moment, you have the opportunity to be freed from all of it. I'll be forward in just a bit.
Lemoore, Georgia is hosting an activist meet and greet, community gathering, and potluck on Thursday, April 24th at the Little Five Points Community Center. This event is for progressives who care about social and climate justice to connect with comrades, support each other to take action, and hold each other through these trying times to help create the world we need. There will be a short presentation by a representative from a local activist organization and several speed friending sessions among attendees. In potluck fashion, attendees are welcome to bring a vegan or gluten-free dish, drinks, or offerings to share. Lemoore, Georgia hosts these activist meet and greet potlucks every season on the last Thursday of January, April, July, and October. Again, the Spring 2025 gathering is Thursday, April 24th, 7 to 9 p.m. at the Little Five Points Community Center in the Harlan Joy Community Room 105. For more information, the Instagram handle is at LAMOUR Georgia, and the website is activismatlanta.org. This has been another public service announcement from your station for progressive information and handpicked quality music. WRFG 89.3 FM and WRFG.org.
And so we know that we see so much contradiction, so much hypocrisy, but we don't have to participate with it. There's an expectation for people to be out of integrity. We don't expect to hold anybody to it. But integrity has to happen at the cellular level because we are perfectly and divinely designed. And to be out of alignment with our perfect and divine design in terms of what constitutes our cells, what our cells are carrying. And this is why I have been consistently speaking to the methodology of our oppression to be, the contamination and the pollution of the bloodstream when the spirit is charged upon the blood. So the cleaner the blood, the greater the clarity, which is why our liberation has to happen internally. It's not going to be legislated by the government. You cannot expect it from a people who have built upon the sorrow and the murder and the capitalization and the enslavement and the marginalization of everybody. You understand, to claim a land that was not theirs and is not theirs. You understand? So you may be in possession of it, but you are not the ones who the land was gifted to. You understand? To take something and claim it as yours does not make it yours. And so we're in a place and space where we realize that there's a divine reckoning that's not just karma, but we have to apply ourselves for it. It's like those ones who will apply for their indigenous rights and whatnot, make application as Moors or make application as nationals or make application and say, no, we're making application to the intelligence of existence as conscious immortals to know that while we are present upon the planet, and we won't be present upon the planet forever, but we are entitled while we are here in our light to walk the face of this earth with the fullness of everything that is rightfully ours to have in order to ensure the progression of our lineages. You understand? We should not be denied anything. You understand? Because the intelligence of existence has provided us everything. The issue is that we have to honor the gift. And we have to walk a certain kind of way. You can't be lawless and then bulldoze yourself all over the planet in murder and theft and treachery and butchery and all of that, and think that you entitled to anything. You're not entitled to anything other than death. And so that's what we have to realize, is that the law is exacting. These people ain't gonna get away with anything. But our melanin dominatedness is not salvation. You understand? No, salvation is for everybody. But the blood has to be clean. You have to be reconciled and harmonized with the truth of yourself, with the light of yourself, with the divinity of yourself, with the order of your being. You have to reach for that, because that's not what we got through our educational systems or miseducational systems. And so in this now moment, the exaltation of the divine feminine, the restoration of the divinity of womanhood is a necessity. You understand? Because women who do not know how to honor themselves, and who do not honor themselves, and have taken hook, line, and sinker the lies of what it is to treat yourself to death, and treat your children to death, and treat your men to death. I'm just saying, it's like, no, death is coming from that. You understand? And I've seen so many sisters, and there are so much grief. There's so much grief and so much lamentation for the loss of the children. You understand? So much grief and lamentation for the loss and the death of our children, that we can no longer think that we have nothing to do with it. You are laying foundation for the right alignment, or that which is a tragic date with fate, by your consciously or unconsciously feeding them that which is going to ensure the sickness, illness, and disease. But it's a system that is in process. And we are here to not just disrupt the system, but we are here to establish the order of the whole, by wholeness, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, cellularly. And so it matters that you care. It matters that you realize that you can accomplish whatever you will to transcend, transform, and transmute everything to serve your greater good. You understand? You are not bound by anything other than your own thoughts of limitation, and your faithlessness, and your doubt, and your distrust, and your sense of lack, when you are already enriched with the gift of life. Now, everybody has life. Everybody is breathing in a body. But now we're having to come to a point where we are harmonized in our respect and our reverence, our appreciation, and our gratitude for the gift of being, the gift of life, the divinity of it all, and the oneness of it all. Because love is the victory and the triumph. Love is the harmony of the truth, that we each are these points of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence that is beginningless, endless, infinite, and eternal. And so it's how we are reconciling ourselves, how we're forgiving, how we understand that the mom, the dad, the ones that put us in foster care, the ones that molested us, beat us, raped us, whatever, were all under the spell of this adulteration. None of it was a natural thing. Everybody was fed garbage. You understand? The blood was always poisoned. And I can tell you for sure that most of those ones who were the violators were violated. You understand? And the violation of other beings charged upon their blood facilitated that. But that's the system that we got. And so we're having to rebuke it, revoke it, clear and cleanse and consecrate our bodies from having been tainted by it, and raise completely up, because this time is our time. this now moment of eternity is just going to consistently and continuously evolve and just blossom where more and more are rising all over the planet. See, I am not here by accident. You understand? You are not here by accident. This is not happenstance. No, we are here on divine mission, whether you have been educated to know that or not. You understand? Nobody's here to do anything other than serve life and exalt life and be the insurance of the progression of humanity and humankind. Those who are kind of human, you still have duty, obligation, and responsibility to the laws that govern. You understand that there is no excuse. There's no excuse that you can give for not participating in the divinity of being because you exist as a part of the divinity of being. And being in a place where you don't care to be that divine, you don't care to be that harmonized within it, then that's the evidence of the behavior modification, because it's nothing natural about denying the truth of yourself. The cats do it, the kittens do it, the dogs do it, the puppies do it, everybody does it. You understand? The whales, its intelligence. It loves to be in do what it does. You see the porpoises, the dolphin, they enjoy what they do. You understand? I'm just saying that we in the light of understanding how much captivity there is with all these beings. Nobody rejoices in being captive. You understand? But there are some who do better than others under whatever situation and circumstance, because they cannot get separated from the truth of their identity as intelligence personified in whatever shape or form it comes. All right, and that's the cosmic conformity, the multiplicity of diversity, that everything exalts the divinity of being directly. And so, I'm not gonna give you no pass. You can't get a pass for not participating in the divinity of your being, all right? There's no excuse that you can make. You do not have the right to be wrong. You do not have the free will to be out of alignment. You've been given the intelligence of existence as your source, as everything. And I'm just saying, unless you just love being ill, you love being sick, you love being racked in pain, you love your prescription medicine, you love going to the doctor and having your blood pressure rise up because you're just there. I mean, you can love that, but that ain't you. There's nothing natural about that. That's the programming. And we're deprogramming.
Yes.
We are reprogramming to realize the divinity, the truth, and the love of who and all that we truly are as these points of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence. So show up. You understand? Get to this place and space where you are taking the time to get real with yourself. Get real with yourself. To commit to being your real self, your divine self, your whole body, heart, mind, healed self. You understand? Because see, God don't get sick. My mother used to pray with me, God is my health, I cannot be sick. He is my strength and I am strong. Whatever you put behind I am, you keep saying how disappointed you are. You keep claiming all these other things. I'm telling you, your power is in your tongue, in your word, in your thought, and in your decision to be rightly aligned with the intelligence of being directly. And so, don't be feeling no way other than absolutely tremendously blessed for having a greater opportunity to walk in the intelligence of the truth of yourself. Feel real good about being the one you are, because you are so uniquely you. You understand? And this is what makes life such a wonderful experience, is that we have opportunity to meet each other and to really rejoice and to see how blessed we are. You understand? And everybody has gifts. And this is where the beauty of it is. We hear it in the music, we hear it in the songs, we hear it in the voices, we see it in the art. You understand? But there is nothing that is as beautiful as seeing people who've been liberated, who've been whole, who've been healed, and who can be the living testament and give a living testimonial of the glory, of the triumph of walking in the light of the truth of all that they truly are. To know that the kingdom is within and that it is all there is without. And so our harmonization with the will of existence, the truths of existence, the love of being is our key for our liberation, and to know that you cannot not love yourself and be all right. You have to love yourself because you got yourself. You be with yourself. The children will get away. The husband will get away. The wife will get away. I'm just saying, you are going to be stuck with you. And you might as well enjoy the process of unfolding and self-realizing in the truth of the all that you are at this point of the presence of God. You're in tune to WRFG Atlanta. I'll be forward participant.